on the Southport stabbings. Now, there's been a series of violence emerging in the Southport event. Let me just go to. I mean, he dresses the nation, Keir Starmer, about the riots, yeah, and I mean, it's everywhere. While most by both sides, whether it's the so-called far right rioting, then you got Muslim community, reacting to the riots, and plus, I should mention as well, they are taking a video showing, the far right beating up the crap out of the Muslims, and then you got the Muslims beating the crap out of them, vice versa. But they don't. Both sides. I want to say this: both sides do not realise they're being played, because there's agent provocateurs among them. They don't realise it. The ones that don't reveal themselves, they're usually covered in black. Like in Southport, we had the riots after the so-called stabbings, which were staged, which I'll get into a bit. So what is happening is that this there's been a lot of cities that have been affected in England. I'm talking about in England. At least like 10 cities have been affected by these riots. It's spread. For me, it's by design. It's spread, because since when does any killing like this spread? I mean, the killing on children particularly. Since when does it spread like this? I mean, come on. I mean, we had the Woolwich murder years ago, but no one rioted over that. It didn't spread across the board, I mean, there was violence that occurred right after the Mark Duggan incident involving the police, like in 2011. There was riots, of course, with a lot of property being damaged. So again, don't believe everything you see on TV is what I say. Sometimes, a lot of the time, they're just misleading us. Yeah, because I know what's going to happen, and it happens a lot. They're going to more restrictions on free speech, which we want, facial recognition, digital ID. That's where they're going with this. I hope it doesn't go the way they want it to go. Let me just pick up something here. So they call this attack in the Southport the killing of 2 children and 9 injured. The worst killing of children since March 30th, 1996, where you had the Dunblane shooting. Let me just have I got a screenshot of the Dunblane. Anything about the Dunblane. Yeah, because which killed like 16 pupils and 1 teacher. In total, it's 17. Killed 17. And what we discover with the decode is that it's 10,366 days apart. And why is that number important? Well, I come to discover that it is important because it is a prime number of the number 10,901, and I just noted it down that if you take the zeros out, it's 191, and 191 is a reflection of 911 or 119 or 9 or just 911. I highlight this simply because this shows that this is staged. Because they do this by the numbers using gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. It goes all the way back to Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, 6th century BC. That the world was created using letters and numbers. So again, 10,366 days between the Dunblane shooting and the stabbings in Southport is the prime number of 10,901. Taking out the zeros, 191 is a reflection of 911. So, I mean, this is almost like a 9/11, you could say, because so much emotion. I mean, people are being played. They have no idea they're being played. As I keep saying, something I brought up as well. I mean, this is from the Home Office website. Talks about the whole notion of crisis actors, and explained by the Yorkshire lass, who says, "Is anyone surprised that the government uses crisis actors to simulate crisis incidents across multiple platforms for emergency security needs in the UK and worldwide to help police, the army and the military services, hospitals, schools, local authorities, governments, private security firms, shopping centres, airports, big business, criminal justice, mental health, media and the military?" Now, if this, I'm not saying, I don't know if this was the case, but if this was a drill, this whole thing, they're not going to tell us, are they? They're not. Especially the people involved. Now, you might think, oh, if they're all involved, will it get leaked out? Well, that's not how it's going to work, is it? Because imagine they were doing a drill and it went live, right? And it was reported as as real, and you wouldn't know, because the only people that are telling you are the authorities. It says here, we'll simulate crisis exit. So we'll simulate. Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with my voice there. We'll simulate crisis incidents across multiple platforms for emergency security needs in the UK, worldwide to help police, the army, and the emergency services, hospitals. Yeah, I already read that. Our specialist teams train professional role-play actors and film crews bring realistic, informed crisis management and disaster incidents to life. We use our 30 disciplines plus state-of-the-art film techniques to deliver high-quality, credible, immersive crisis events, like including hyper-real battlefield effects, stunts, medical simulations of combat, flashpoints. Now, reading this, yeah. Now, I know people are gonna get triggered by this, because people get triggered by emotions easily. Yeah, hey Marco. Yeah, I'm talking about I don't know if it's been news in America. I'm talking about an incident that's happened in the UK. We had a Southport stabbings, and 2 children died. I mean, okay. Since I'm on the subject, here's the guy that is responsible. This child actor, who was in the Doctor Who. He was in the Doctor Who Children for Need advertisement when he was 11 years old. I've not even done the decode on his name, but I might share. I'm not gonna. I don't want to sound lazy, but I'm not gonna really bother. But all I can say is, I mean, when this incident happened, they were saying it was some Muslim extremists, but then that was quickly dismissed because that was just a rumor. I believe by bots online. I believe, intelligence bots, because they were I believe they're stirring up hatred by design, because I know what's going to happen. They're going to say, because of all the internet bullshit online about Southport, they're going to say, oh, you know what, we need to crack down on the internet. They're going to say that. And then they're going to say we need to begin ID, facial recognition, that kind of thing. As I mentioned here, where is that? Where is it? Yeah, from Big Brother Watch, they monitor what's going on with the civil liberty, with freedom and civil liberties. The government's pushing for a digital ID system which give them a blank check to share data of millions of people between departments. This was like last week where he was talking about shared intelligence, facial recognition technology, and preventative measures. So look, they are, even this event is not staged, you got to ask, why are they taking advantage of it? Why are they so keen to bring in this mass surveillance? Is what you got to ask. Well, I obviously know the answer to that myself, but I don't think the public know the answer to that anyway. So speaking of this event. Let me bring out something here. This is from look, Downing Street lights pink as a mark of respect and solidarity with everyone affected by the tragic events which took place earlier this week. Pink looks a bit purple, don't it? Now I'm going to highlight some interesting information about the significance of purple colours in these events. Why they use certain colours when an event happens. Everyone's illuminated the government building in Israeli colours. That happens to be a purple colour of illusion. They always tell you via this language of signs, symbols, colours and numbers. That's one example. The colour purple is deviation and Masonic signature. Yellow and blue equals purple. Yellow and blue, green, but for every shade along the lines of purple there's a corresponding shade of green magneto at the centre of purple that perhaps the most powerful and significant in terms of illusion. It is opposite the shade we use for green screening. Interesting. So what she's saying, because he's human, human vibrations on Twitter. She says she goes real deep into these events. She doesn't care for politics because she knows it's all a fraud. I don't agree with the premises that everything is fake, as people do say online. Some researchers, she's one of them. They do bring out information that explains why they do these colour themes when these events, the so-called tragic events happen. Let's get back here. Hey Patricia. Yeah, hey coffee girl. Yeah, I'm covering what's happening in the UK, yeah. And speaking of UK, you know, I be on other we're live soon, okay. I'm not gonna be on long anyway, so I'm just gonna say this. I was on another platform as I always do, right? I've been on the other platform. On this other platform, I talk about Clubhouse, right? They talk about different topics, right? They were talking about Trump, and you know, I always give my opinion on a certain topic, and I was. Some guy from America said to me, I should be more bothered about right to bear arms in the UK, and I shouldn't be speaking about American politics because I'm not from America. And basically what it is, I was getting, you know what, I said to him, you know what, it sounds like you don't like someone that's from abroad to speak about what's going on in your country. And I thought, well, I'm not trying to interfere with what's going on in your country. I'm just giving my opinion. I thought, you know, I'm allowed to express my opinion. So I don't know what's that about. Again, basically the guy that I was talking to in the audio platform, he's a Trumper, and he can't. I mean, basically, this is what I get. I mean, so much for being free speech advocates. They can't handle you criticizing their boy, their Lord and Savior, Donald John Trump, or Donald Trump, which is a real name is, or shall I say Donald Trump, because he's an invert. That's all I'll say on that. He's an invert. So let me just go over the comments. Yeah, I think I already have. Yeah, Patty, Marco, Coffee Girl. Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna go on. So I'm just gonna go now. Actually, have I got anything else I want to add? So this is a guy that did the stabbings, yeah, in Southport. The stabbings. Let me just get some information. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. From the Dunblane shooting in the UK to the stabbings is 10,366 days. 10,366 is the 10,901 prime number. Take out the zeros, 191, like a 911. And I forgot to include this. Talking about 911 or 11.9. 11.9 stabbings equals 11.9. So when they say, "Oh, this is the worst killing since the Dunblane shootings," a mass shooting in a school in Scotland, which was 10,366 days ago, from Southport, it is a staged event. 11.9 stabbings equals 11.9, and then you got 11.9 here. The prime number 10,366 of 10,901. 191 reflection of 11.9. Stabbings equals 119. And the area code for this event is, sorry, the dialing code rather is 1704. 17, the word kill is 17. I mean, by the way, this is a very occurring theme. I'm sure you've seen it with Sandy Hook and other mass shootings in America. These violent incidences often seem to happen in towns that are very quiet and very remote. It's not like they're in the news a lot. Safest major town in Merseyside, and is among the 20 most dangerous overall out of Merseyside. Okay, they say it's dangerous, but it's safe at the same time. So again, kind of strange how it happens. I mean, people get stabbed not all the time. People get stabbed quite often in the UK, tragically, but they don't get much of a coverage like this one did. I know it's because of children, but then, you know, I think there's kids stabbing each other. So again, all used to push an agenda is how I see it. How I see this event happening. Push an agenda. Sometimes an opinion from someone who's not invested in political job is more objective. Love you too, Cable X. Well, thank you for that. Coffee Girl. 5. I got 5 in the chat. Yeah, Coffee Girl, Patricia, Marco, you're great. Marco, you're great, Dakota. You do good stuff. Yeah, appreciate. Yeah, love having you here, Coffee Girl. Yeah, good morning, Jenny Man. Just covering the Southport incident. Obviously, I'm saying there's no doubt it's staged. It is staged. The fact that the suspect was in a children in need ad when he was 11 years old is very strange indeed. He was in a children in need ad. I've got 5 people in the chat. That's quite something. This guy sums it up. Zadis Freemason puppet Stormer won't say this because he was speaking yesterday. Won't say that all politicians are selected, not elected Freemasons playing a role. The riots were full of underpaid plods storing up activists, a reaction to a Jumatia written fake news story, a staged event, methodically to cause division. Because that's what it is. Cause division is what's happening. For those that have already learned, I'm simply saying that this event is 10,366 days apart from Dunblane to Southport, the Dunblane shootings in Scotland to Southport stabbings, and is the prime number of 10,901, 191, reflection of 11.9 or 911, 11.9, and the word stabbings is 119. I think I'll just turn the call off. people just keep, and you've seen riots between the far right and then, you know, members of the Muslim community, and they're just doing all kinds of stupid shit, you know, attacking properties, mosques and that, and beating each other up. And then one video of some Pakistanis, example one, you know, British Pakistanis just holding swords and knives, you know, people are just being played and they have no idea. To create division, I mean, it's almost like a civil war situation, but it's not like an extreme type of civil war, just a very just skirmishes. So all by design, this is what they do. This is what divide us. Yeah, jump. Will you have this on Telegram? What you mean? What the video? Telegram. Well, I might. Yeah, I might just not the video, but maybe the decode, like the screenshots of that I've done. Maybe I'll have that. I'm happy for you, Cable Lex. Happy to see people here. Well, thank you, Coffee Girl. You're doing good. Speak to your heart, brother. Well, thanks. I'm late as fuck. Are you late? When are you going live, Marco? Are you going live after me, or are you going to go live? I don't know, later on. I don't know when you go live. Yeah, you try to speak it. Well, let's just say you try to speak your heart. I know YouTube just. What does YouTube do? YouTube just slap a censorship on you. I'll probably get censored for this video anyway. I probably will. They could do worse to me. Just simply suspend me all week. I don't know. Stabbings. Yeah, if you notice, I got a picture of Reagan. This is going to be away from the topic. And a thought occurred to me. This is a book, okay, from back in the 60s, so not 60s, 70s. This was before Reagan became president. This book was in print here, The Counterfeit Candidate. It's showing that Reagan, despite being a professed conservative, he was never a conservative, he was just a liberal. He was in favor of legalized abortion, forced school busing, women's liberation, sex education in schools, freeing of the criminal over taxation, double spending, socialized medicine. I mean, some of these things I agree with, disagree with, but anyway, I don't want to get into my politics too much. Economic strangulation, land use control. This is conservative. What he's saying is, this guy who was a governor of California, I think it was California. This guy who would become the next president of the United States, the president, I say it's back in the 80s, is a conservative. Now you see this all the time with politicians, both left and right. You have, you know, so-called centrists, if it's a Democrat or Labour in the UK, they present themselves as progressive, but all they seem to do is champion the causes of big banks and corporations with their economic policies. Then you see it with the right. They claim to be conservative, but then you realise they're not conservative. They're just playing their role. I mean, he was an actor, for God's sake. That's the one thing he has in common with Donald Trump. Well, they're all actors, aren't they, at the end of the day? But the one thing they does have in common, that they've both been in acting. Reagan and Donald Trump. But what's interesting about this book, that you guys don't know, he quickly took it off. He took it off from what am I trying to say? Yeah, he took it off from the shelves. Now they say he might have been bought off or pressured. I think it might have been both, bought off or pressured to take it off. It's only 76 books, so it's only 76 pages. Now I tried to get a hold of this book online because it's online, but unfortunately it's not there. I managed to get hold of another book about Reagan from this author, Kent Stefkin, and it does show some interesting information about Ronald Reagan. This one here. Here's the rest of him. The story of Ronald Reagan acting during the all-time first legislation led by Kent Stefkin. Because now you might say, why am I interested in American politics? No, it's not that. I just research different things. I mean, it can be related to America, it can be related to Russia or China or in the UK. The point of this kind of research is to highlight the fact that these people claim to be something they're not, which is what is a constant recurring theme. I mean, would you want to know who they really were before? I mean, it happens all the time in elections. People do not research anything. They don't. They just believe what they see on TV. In Donald Trump's case, they look at him like, oh, look, he's against the deep state. The deep state's trying to get him. And then you got on the other side where people want to vote Kamala Harris because oh, look, she's a woman, she's a black woman, or she's an Indian woman, or whatever they say about her. It doesn't make sense a lot of the time. People have these stupid reasons to vote, even though voting is just ridiculous anyway. It said 5, now it says 3. I don't know why it does that. I mean, Kamala Harris. I mean, yeah. I mean, there was even someone on the internet who doesn't look into elite gender inversion or the trans thing, saying that Kamala's probably a woman, just like not a woman like Obama is Big Mike, and then you got Kamala Harris who might be just a man posing as a woman. Again, I don't know if that's the case, but anything's possible. Almost anything is possible. Almost anything. I don't want to say everything's possible. Only a lot of things are possible. So this is the Ronald Reagan book. There was something I wanted to read out, highlighting the fakery of these politicians, but telling you there's something they're not is what it says here. The United States, I mean, this is an old book, so I want to stress this, has no record. The United States has no record of Ronald Reagan's performance in office, as demand has been going since November of 1966. I mean, look, this is Reagan's background. Liberal left Democratic background. A charter member of the Americans for Democrat Action, 13 years with the United States World Federalists, 3 times president of the Left of Center Screen Actors Guild. It is all news, and every American must be allowed to change his station in life. Well, this highlights the fact that this guy, Reagan, who's a conservative, has not been a conservative. It's the same thing with Trump. He's always voted Democrats. People who even Trump supporters admit that, say, oh, look, he changed. It's not a question of changing. It's just highlighting the fact that these people are fake as fuck. Someone says to me, look, I'm a conservative. I believe in free market economics. I believe in lower taxes. Again, I'm not professing to be in favour of those necessarily, but just making the point that they paint themselves to be something they're not. It happens in politics. It happens in sports even. I don't want to go into there. Are you going live tomorrow? You going live? You going live tomorrow, Marco? Okay, that's cool. That's good. Poncho transvested Kamala male. Yeah, I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has. Okay, what was I gonna Yeah, I was gonna go on Twitter. Twitter. If it takes me there. Oh, well, I'm getting some weird people following me. I don't know if they look like. I don't know. Someone I follow. She's great. Prison Palace. Who are the noble elite royal bloodline families that Jesuits, secret society, mystery schools answer to, sir? Check out this website. Well, I have. Seems informative, but he doesn't cite his sources. That website. What's I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna go. Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna go on Ponjo's. Yeah, it's Twitter. Yeah, he's got Kamala Harris. If you're still there, Marco. I don't know if you've seen this before, but this is what this guy says. While I don't know if it's all of them, if they're all inverted, but walk like a man, talk like a woman. Kamala Harris with his wife minces a female gait, legs crossed, 1 foot behind the other, but thanks for playing. They say when a man walks, they walk with spaces. When a woman walks, they leave no space. Now here, that's her Zionist husband. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to say the J word. Even Zionist, even saying Zionist is offensive as well. Here she is walking with spaces, and here's his man walking with no spaces. I don't know about you, but isn't that weird to you? A man would walk like that. I mean, look, you see other men in the background. They're walking with spaces, but he's walking with no spaces. And she's gonna be the next president, right? Well, temporarily next president until Donald wins. Oh, he's only got one. What's this? One of the Kabbalah. That's good. That's too long for me to read. I'll highlight it. I might read it. Well, this is a controversial area. Not many people want to get into this because they think it's nonsense or stupid. A lot of truth seekers do avoid that question of transvestigation, elite gender inversion, EGI, if you want to call it that. Oh, Coffee Girl. Okay, you got an interesting story. When I was a kid, I thought Ronald Reagan was a great person. My town was very proud of being his boyhood home. I used to be proud of it too. Then I found out he was a Mason. It literally upset me. Well, in my answer to that, yeah, I mean, yeah. Sometimes in life, you find out people that you thought they were great or not great at all. It happens a lot. It's the way the world is, anyway. It's like with Princess Diana. I think many people used to think she was great, but then they realised no, she's not great at all. She's just one of them in the club. That is what is the case with some of these people. So yeah, I mean, it happens. Patricia, always great to hear your messages, see your messages, as to everyone else here. It seems her husband is a handler, and yes, they're both flipped. Yeah, it all goes to the idea that they are Baphomets, because Baphomet was depicted by a French artist as being a kind of demonic figure who was like both male and female, half male and half female. And I thought that does tie in with what we're talking about with the whole EGI thing, elite gender inversion, or the transvestigation thing. Oh, it's hot here. Okay. What's I gonna do? Get back on Twitter. Get back on Twitter. Oh, I'm just gonna. I'm sure. I thought he had more than that. Oh look. Okay, that's that picture of her being with Epstein. Now, people say I do remember people saying that picture was fake. She's never had a picture with Epstein, but Ponjo did the skull check anyway. So let's look here. Can you see that male skull? Kamala Harris has a male skull. She has a female skull. Tricky thing to try to do this kind of thing. Well, another thing about Epstein is he's not dead. Is what I'm going to say. He's not dead. That guy. Epstein's not dead. There's diagrams from Horrible House Girls who seems to be gone from X. Gone. I don't think she's gone. I think she's still around. I have seen her post some stuff from time to time. I think maybe she just doesn't have time to do it. Time to do. I don't follow her. She does. She's still. I mean, she has been posting some stuff, but not much. Well, I hope she's okay. What let's see. All right, I'll be going. I'll be leaving soon. Thanks for joining me, Journeyman, Patricia, Coffee Girl. Who else? Yeah, Patricia as well.